Ladies and gentlemen. Things to remind yourself daily. Sometimes we get so caught up in the noise of the world, so consumed by the demands and expectations that weigh on our shoulders, that we forget the simple yet profound truths we need to hold close. Every day you wake up, remind yourself that you are here for a reason greater than yourself. You are not a random collection of experiences, a mere product of chance, but a soul with purpose, shaped by both your triumphs and your trials. It's easy to let fear creep in, to doubt your abilities when the path ahead looks steep and the obstacles seem insurmountable. But you must remind yourself that fear is a liar, a thief that steals your potential before it even has the chance to blossom. When you start doubting yourself, remember that greatness was never meant to feel comfortable. It's in the struggle, the sleepless nights, the setbacks, and the heartache that the seeds of your future are sown. Never shy away from the grind, because comfort is the enemy of growth. If you're not pushing yourself beyond what you thought you could do, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're standing still while the world moves on. Every morning, remind yourself that you don't have to be the best in the world. You just have to be better than the person you were yesterday. Comparison will steal your joy, but progress will fuel your fire. Don't let your dreams stay locked inside your head, because a dream without action is a fantasy. Take the risk. Step out in faith even when you can't see the whole staircase. You don't need to have all the answers, just the courage to take the next step. Discipline is your ally, not your enemy. It's the bridge between the life you want and the life you have. The road will be long, the nights will be dark, but your vision must burn brighter than your fears. Every day, remind yourself that gratitude is the fuel that keeps your spirit alive. No matter how tough the day may get, there's always something to be thankful for. The breath in your lungs, the lessons you've learned, the people who've stood by you. Understand that you are not alone in this fight. Your life is not just for you. The gifts you've been given, the talents that burn inside of you, are meant to be shared. When you rise, you bring others with you. When you speak, someone listens. When you believe in yourself, you give others permission to believe in themselves too. Every single day, remind yourself that this is not about perfection. It's about persistence. You will fall, you will fail, but you will get back up. And when you do, you'll be stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever before. So wake up every day, look in the mirror and say, I am ready. I am willing. I am unstoppable. Because in the end, it's not about where you started or how many times you've fallen, but how you finish the race, and you're still running. You were not born to fit in. You were born to stand out. That truth is simple yet powerful enough to transform the way you see yourself and the life you're living. Every day you wake up, you're met with a world that tries to tell you who you should be, how you should act, what you should chase, and who you should become. It tries to fit you into a box that wasn't made for you, and if you're not careful, you'll spend your whole life squeezing into shapes that were never yours to begin with. The world has a way of conditioning people into thinking that conformity is the key to success. Follow the crowd. Play it safe. Don't rock the boat. But when you settle for fitting in, you abandon the very thing that makes you unique. You weren't created to blend into the background like everyone else. You were made to shine in your own way, to carve your own path, to walk with a confidence that comes from knowing you have something inside of you the world hasn't seen yet. Standing out means embracing your differences, not hiding them. It means speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes, even when people around you don't understand. It means trusting your instincts, trusting that inner voice that nudges you to step outside your comfort zone. People might criticize you for it. They might label you as difficult, stubborn, or even rebellious. Let them. You're not here to meet their expectations. You're here to fulfill a purpose that's bigger than the opinions of others. When you stop trying to fit in, you give yourself the freedom to be real, to be raw, to be honest. And that kind of authenticity is rare in a world full of copies. You were not meant to be a carbon copy of someone else's success story. You were born to write your own, to become a voice that can't be ignored. The world doesn't need another person playing it safe, another person trying to blend in. It needs you, the real you, the one who has the courage to be different, to stand tall in your convictions, to live boldly without apology. But standing out isn't about arrogance or seeking attention. It's about knowing that you have something to offer and refusing to dim your light for the comfort of others. You're going to face resistance when you choose to stand out. People will try to pull you back down because your courage threatens their comfort. They'll question your ideas, dismiss your dreams, and make you second-guess your path. That's when you have to remind yourself that their doubts are not your truth. Their fears don't define your limits. When you choose to stand out, you make a declaration that you will not be boxed in by the expectations of others. You declare that you will chase the vision placed in your heart, no matter how unconventional it seems, no matter how lonely the road may feel. The people who leave a mark on this world are not the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who dared to be different, who risked rejection and failure, who stood tall when others tried to make them small. You were not born to fit in, and every time you shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you rob the world of your gift. Every time you hide your talents because you're afraid of what others might say, you hold back the very thing that could inspire someone else to rise. Your uniqueness is not a flaw, it's your power. When you step into who you truly are, when you embrace the quirks and passions that make you different, you become unstoppable. The world doesn't change when everyone follows the same path. It changes when one person decides to break the mold, to step out of line, to challenge the status quo. That person can be you if you're willing to stand up, speak out, and stay true to the fire that burns inside you. Dreams without goals are just dreams. That's a hard truth to accept, but it's one you need to hear. Dreams feel good. They make you feel alive, hopeful, excited. But if you don't turn those dreams into goals, they'll stay locked inside your head, haunting you with what could have been. Dreams without a plan are like seeds never planted in the soil. They never get a chance to grow. You can sit around, all day dreaming of the life you want, but until you commit to the discipline of setting goals, taking action, and pushing through the grind, that dream will fade into regret. A dream needs structure, and that structure is built on goals, specific, measurable, and achievable goals that keep you focused and accountable. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a dream, to feel inspired when the vision is fresh in your mind. But inspiration without action is empty. You can talk about your dream all you want, but until you're willing to put in the work, to make sacrifices, to show up day after day when no one is watching, it's just talk. Goals give you direction. They break the dream down into steps. You can take one day at a time. Without goals, you drift. You wander through life hoping that success will find you, that opportunities will land in your lap. But life doesn't reward hope without action. Life rewards those who are willing to map out their vision, to wake up every day with a sense of purpose, to grind when it's hard, and to stay disciplined when distractions call their name. Dreams are beautiful, but they are also fragile. If you don't protect them with discipline and action, they fade. Every day you need to remind yourself that discipline is not a punishment. It's a pathway to freedom. The freedom to wake up knowing you're moving closer to your vision. The freedom to say no to things that don't serve your purpose. The freedom to live a life on your own terms because you've earned it through consistency and sacrifice. Discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire burning when the excitement fades. It's the thing that makes you show up even when you're tired, even when you feel like giving up, even when no one else is watching. And when you look back on your journey, you'll realize that it wasn't the big moments that defined your success. It was the small daily choices, the decision to stay disciplined, to stay focused, to keep moving forward. Your dreams are valid, but they're not guaranteed. The world doesn't owe you success just because you have a dream. It's up to you to make it happen, to set goals that scare you, to write them down, to break them into steps, and to take action every single day. No one else can do the work for you. No one else will care as much about your dream as you do. So don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to start. The time is now, and the responsibility is yours. Set the goals, make the plan, stay disciplined, and take the first step. And when you fall, and you will fall, get back up. Learn from the failure, adjust the plan, and keep moving. Because a dream without goals will always be just that, a dream. But a dream fueled by goals, discipline, and relentless action has the power to change not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. That's something people don't want to hear, but it's a fact that needs to be faced head-on. Comfort can be a trap, a silent poison that convinces you you're doing fine while your potential rots away. You can get so used to feeling good, to having things easy, that you forget what it's like to struggle, to fight, to grow. Growth doesn't come from staying in the same place, doing the same thing, playing it safe. Growth comes when you're uncomfortable, when you're stretched, when you're pushed beyond what you think you can handle. If you spend your life avoiding the hard stuff, you rob yourself of the very moments that shape you into who you're meant to become. You've got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where the magic happens. Hardship is a teacher, and it's the kind of teacher that doesn't whisper softly or hold your hand. It throws you into the deep end and dares you to swim. It strips away the excuses, exposes your weaknesses, and demands you rise above them. When life hits you with challenges, with setbacks, with moments that break your heart and test your resolve, you have a choice. You can fold, you can give up, or you can lean in and let the pressure mold you into something stronger. That's the thing about pressure. It can crush you or it can shape you, and it's up to you to decide which it will be. Don't let ease fool you into thinking you're doing enough. Don't let the smooth road lull you into complacency. The fight, the grind, the obstacles, that's where you build the muscle that carries you through. When you chase ease, you stop growing. You settle for less. You accept good enough when you were made for greatness. That's why you have to remind yourself daily that hardship isn't your enemy. It's your ally. It's the weight that makes you stronger, the fire that refines you, the storm that teaches you how to navigate the winds. Without hardship, you'd never learn how to stand tall when the world tries to knock you down. You'd never know the depths of your own resilience. Don't run from the hard times. Face them, because every challenge you overcome, every struggle you endure, is shaping you into the person you need to be to handle what's coming next. The easy road won't take you where you want to go. It's tempting, sure. It feels safe. It feels comfortable, but it leads to regret. It leads to a life of wondering what could have been if only you had the courage to step into the fire. So every day when you wake up, ask yourself if you're choosing the hard path that leads to growth or the easy path that leads to stagnation. Are you pushing yourself beyond your limits, or are you coasting through life on autopilot? Because the truth is the grind doesn't stop. The struggle is part of the process. And if you're not willing to struggle, you're not ready to succeed. Fail big. That's not just a catchy phrase. It's a mindset you've got to live by. Too many people are scared to fail, scared to take risks, scared to step out of their comfort zone because they might fall flat on their face. But failure is part of the process. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You've got to be willing to swing for the fences, to go after the big goals that scare you, the ones that make your heart race and your palms sweat. Because if you only aim for what's safe, what's easy, what you know you can get, you'll never discover what you're truly capable of. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a necessary step toward it. Every person who's ever achieved something great has failed, and they've probably failed more times than you even realize. The difference is, they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it. They used it as fuel. They looked at every setback as a lesson, every rejection as redirection, every loss as an opportunity to grow stronger and come back smarter. If you're scared to fail, you'll hold back. You'll play it safe. You'll never take the kind of risks that lead to breakthroughs. And if you're not taking risks, you're not really living. You're just existing, just surviving, just waiting for life to happen to you instead of making life happen. The truth is, you're going to fail. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when it happens, you have two choices. Let it define you, or let it refine you. Failure will humble you, but it can also sharpen you. It can teach you things you could never learn from success. It can build a fire in you that success never could. But you've got to be willing to embrace it. Don't run from failure. Run toward it. Take the shot. Make the move. Put yourself out there, even when you're not sure how it's going to turn out. Because if you wait for the perfect moment for the guarantee of success, you'll wait forever. There's no such thing as the perfect moment. The right time is now, and the risk is worth it. Fail big. Take the chance. Dream so big it scares you. And then take action, knowing full well you might stumble, you might fall, but you'll get back up. Because every time you fail, you're getting closer to the person you're meant to be. Every time you take a risk, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your fear. Failure is just a stepping stone, a necessary stop on the road to success. So stop waiting for everything to line up perfectly. Stop waiting for permission. Stop playing small. When you look back on your life, you won't remember the times you played it safe. You won't remember the times you avoided risk, avoided challenge, avoided failure. You'll remember the moments you took the leap, the moments you dared greatly, even when you were terrified, the moments you bet on yourself, even when the odds were against you. So take the shot, swing for the fences, and if you fall, get back up, again and again and again. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you rise. Consistency beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's something people forget when they get caught up in the hype, when they see someone shining bright and think they must just have it. They don't see the grind, the late nights, the early mornings, the days when nothing goes right, but the work gets done anyway. Talent is a gift, but gifts can make you lazy if you rely on them too much. Gifts don't carry you when the pressure mounts, when the challenges hit, when the setbacks pile up. It's consistency that separates the ones who rise from the ones who fade away. It's the discipline to show up day after day, not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, but because you made a decision to commit. It's easy to be excited at the beginning. That's when the vision is fresh. The dream is alive, the possibilities are endless, but excitement fades. The newness wears off, and that's when the real test begins. Will you keep going when no one is cheering? Will you keep working when no one is watching? Will you stay focused when it feels like nothing is happening? That's where most people fall off. They think talent alone will open doors, but doors don't stay open for long if you don't have the consistency to walk through them, time after time, even when they close in your face. Consistency is the grind. It's the decision to show up on the days when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when the results aren't coming as fast as you want. It's the understanding that progress is not always obvious. Some days you'll work and see no reward, but that doesn't mean the work is wasted. Every rep counts. Every small step adds up. Every brick you lay, even when no one else sees it, is building the foundation for something greater. There are a lot of people with talent, but talent without discipline is wasted potential. It's like having a car with a powerful engine but no gas in the tank. It looks good, but it's not going anywhere. Consistency is the fuel. It's the thing that moves you forward when the excitement wears off, when the motivation fades, when the results aren't there yet. The world is full of people who started strong and gave up because they weren't willing to stay the course. They thought the dream was supposed to happen fast. They thought they could skip the grind. They thought their talent was enough. But the truth is, talent is only the beginning. The ones who win, the ones who reach the top, the ones who leave a legacy, they're the ones who keep showing up, no matter how they feel, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes. Consistency is the quiet commitment that doesn't get much applause. It's not flashy. It's not glamorous. It's not always fun. But it's what separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the achievers. You don't need to be the most talented, the smartest, the strongest, or the fastest. You just need to be the one who won't quit. The one who keeps showing up, keeps learning, keeps growing. That's how you win. Not by waiting for the perfect moment, not by hoping talent will carry you, but by deciding that you will outwork everyone else, day after day, week after week, year after year. And when you do that, you build something no one can take from you. You build resilience. You build character. You build a foundation so solid that when the storms come, and they will come, you won't crumble. You'll stand tall because you've done the work, and you'll know you've earned every inch of your success. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It's easy to focus on what you don't have, on the problems you face, on the setbacks, and challenges that feel like they're holding you back. But when you shift your perspective and start looking at what you do have, everything changes. Gratitude isn't about pretending life is perfect or ignoring the hard times. It's about choosing to see the beauty in the midst of the struggle, the lessons in the middle of the storm, the blessings in the middle of the pain. Dreams without goals are just dreams. That's a hard truth to swallow for many, but it's the truth that separates those who want something from those who make it happen. You can sit around all day, talking about what you want, imagining the life you wish you had, picturing the success you think you deserve. But if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a target, if you don't have a direction, you're just chasing air. A dream is the vision, but goals are the steps, the strategy, the map that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Without goals, your dreams have no backbone. They have no foundation. They're just a cloud floating in your mind, pretty to look at, but impossible to hold. You've got to write your goals down. You've got to define them. Get specific. Give them shape. Give them weight. Don't just say, I want to be successful. What does that mean to you? What does it look like? What's the number? What's the target? How will you know when you've reached it? If you can't answer that, you're not working toward a goal. You're just hoping for a miracle. And hope is not a strategy. You have to be clear on what you want, and then you've got to reverse engineer the steps to get there. What needs to happen today, this week, this month, this year? That's how you build a life. One goal at a time. One brick at a time. One disciplined action after another. Setting goals isn't just about big achievements. It's about building structure into your life so that your energy has a direction, your efforts have a purpose, and your time isn't wasted. Every day, you should be moving closer to your goals, even if it's just by an inch. It's the small, consistent steps that lead to the big wins. Too many people wait for motivation to strike, for inspiration to hit them like lightning. But it doesn't work like that. Motivation fades. Discipline, routine, structure, those are the engines that keep you moving when the excitement wears off. Goals give you focus, and focus gives you power. Without a target, you're just wandering through life, hoping something good happens. You've got to aim for something, work for it, grind for it, and refuse to quit until you get there. Don't get it twisted. Having a goal isn't enough. You've got to have a reason behind it, a purpose that fuels you. That's the fire that keeps you going when it gets hard. Because it will get hard. The road will test you, break you down, make you want to quit. But if your goal is clear and your why is strong, you'll find a way to keep moving. Goals without action are just wishes, and wishes won't build the life you want. You've got to do the work, day after day, even when it's boring, even when it's slow, even when it feels like you're not making progress. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the ones who show up, the ones who stay the course, the ones who keep their eyes on the prize even when the world is telling them to stop. Fall forward. That's a mindset most people don't have because they're too afraid of falling at all. They think failure is the end, that it's a sign they weren't good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. But the truth is, you're going to fall. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes, mess up, get knocked down. That's part of the process. The difference is whether you fall backward, away from your goals, away from your growth, or whether you fall forward, closer to where you're trying to go. If you're going to fall, fall forward. Fall in the direction of your dreams. Fall in the direction of your progress. Because falling forward means you're trying. It means you're pushing. It means you're taking risks, putting yourself out there, and refusing to play it safe. Falling forward is about learning from every experience, no matter how painful it is. When you fail, you don't throw in the towel. You don't let it break you. You step back. You reflect. You ask the hard questions. What did I learn? What can I do better next time? How can I use this moment to grow? That's how you turn setbacks into stepping stones. That's how you build resilience. That's how you keep moving, even when the road gets rough. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fall. They're the ones who fall and get back up. And every time they rise, they're stronger, wiser, better prepared for the next challenge. The problem is, too many people are so afraid of falling that they never step out of their comfort zone. They stay stuck, doing the same things over and over, hoping for a different result. But if you're not falling, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You've got to be willing to stumble, to fail, to take the hit, and still get up swinging. Because on the other side of that fear is where the growth happens. You can't let fear of failure paralyze you. You can't let the possibility of falling keep you from moving forward. You've got to embrace it, expect it, and use it. When you fall forward, you keep your eyes on the goal, even when the ground hits you hard. You don't lose sight of where you're going. You understand that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every loss is an opportunity to gain wisdom. Every failure is a lesson in what not to do next time. You're not defined by your mistakes unless you let them stop you. The only way to truly fail is to quit. So don't quit. Keep falling forward. Keep moving toward the vision you've set for yourself. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Keep growing. Because the ones who win in the end are not the ones who had the smoothest journey. They're the ones who had the courage to fall, the strength to get back up, and the will to keep moving forward no matter what. Dreams without goals are just dreams. That's a hard truth to swallow for many, but it's the truth that separates those who want something from those who make it happen. You can sit around all day, talking about what you want, imagining the life you wish you had, picturing the success you think you deserve. But if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a target, if you don't have a direction, you're just chasing air. A dream is the vision, but goals are the steps, the strategy, the map that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Without goals, your dreams have no backbone. They have no foundation. They're just a cloud floating in your mind, pretty to look at, but impossible to hold. You've got to write your goals down. You've got to define them. Get specific. Give them shape. Give them weight. Don't just say, I want to be successful. What does that mean to you? What does it look like? What's the number? What's the target? How will you know when you've reached it? If you can't answer that, you're not working toward a goal. You're just hoping for a miracle. And hope is not a strategy. You have to be clear on what you want, and then you've got to reverse engineer the steps to get there. What needs to happen today, this week, this month, this year? That's how you build a life. One goal at a time. One brick at a time. One disciplined action after another. Setting goals isn't just about big achievements. It's about building structure into your life so that your energy has a direction, your efforts have a purpose, and your time isn't wasted. Every day, you should be moving closer to your goals, even if it's just by an inch. It's the small, consistent steps that lead to the big wins. Too many people wait for motivation to strike, for inspiration to hit them like lightning. But it doesn't work like that. Motivation fades. Discipline, routine, structure. Those are the engines that keep you moving when the excitement wears off. Goals give you focus, and focus gives you power. Without a target, you're just wandering through life, hoping something good happens. You've got to aim for something, work for it, grind for it, and refuse to quit until you get there. Don't get it twisted. Having a goal isn't enough. You've got to have a reason behind it, a purpose that fuels you. That's the fire that keeps you going when it gets hard. Because it will get hard. The road will test you, break you down, make you want to quit. But if your goal is clear and your why is strong, you'll find a way to keep moving. Goals without action are just wishes, and wishes won't build the life you want. You've got to do the work, day after day, even when it's boring, even when it's slow, even when it feels like you're not making progress. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the ones who show up, the ones who stay the course, the ones who keep their eyes on the prize even when the world is telling them to stop. Fall forward. That's a mindset most people don't have because they're too afraid of falling at all. They think failure is the end, that it's a sign they weren't good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. But the truth is, you're going to fall. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes, mess up, get knocked down. That's part of the process. The difference is whether you fall backward, away from your goals, away from your growth, or whether you fall forward, closer to where you're trying to go. If you're going to fall, fall forward. Fall in the direction of your dreams. Fall in the direction of your progress. Because falling forward means you're trying. It means you're pushing. It means you're taking risks, putting yourself out there, and refusing to play it safe. Falling forward is about learning from every experience, no matter how painful it is. When you fail, you don't throw in the towel. You don't let it break you. You step back, you reflect, you ask the hard questions. What did I learn? What can I do better next time? How can I use this moment to grow? That's how you turn setbacks into stepping stones. That's how you build resilience. That's how you keep moving, even when the road gets rough. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fall. They're the ones who fall and get back up.